is Monday morning. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We got about 35 minutes until the opening bell. I want to take a look at the S&P because the charts look pretty interesting here. All right, so yeah, before I get into any of it, of course, this is not financial advice, not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, manage your own risk, doing your own research. It's just my opinion on the market, and we've got a really, really interesting week ahead of us. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts. All right, I've been talking about this same count for weeks now, and we're still tracking. We're still tracking this. It's looking solid. Every step of the way, though, I keep talking about traps, right? We haven't had really significant pullbacks here recently, not like we did here. This is back in mid-June. We haven't had any since this right here. This is through April and May. Okay, a lot of people got caught here, right? A lot of chop. We didn't have that accelerated sell-off like a lot of people were kind of expecting, and we made our way up. We're moving up higher. All right, so where do we go? Where do we go from here? Are we really gonna do the Nasdaq here on SPY? Yeah, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to go down to a 15-minute time frame, keeping in mind this green line is the prior all-time high at 33.9750. We've been talking about that for a while as well. And if you recall, I was making some claims last week. I actually don't think this is the 3. I think the 3 is actually going to be up here. I don't think that this is the 5. I'm going to make some adjustments to this because I think the 5 is going to go up higher. I think this is the 3 on a smaller scale. This is the 4 on a smaller scale. And then we work our way higher. But we'll talk about that. But before then, I have this red box outlined here, and I was talking about this being resistance. We found some resistance there. And if you recall, if you watch my videos, you can go back and watch them if you'd like. I said that more than likely you would have a lot of people that are going to be quickly anticipating a generational selling opportunity, and they would get trapped. Then I said, it's probably going to happen again when we reach the all-time high. You're going to have the natural automatic rally to the downside, and then they're going to get trapped. And it actually happened a third time, right? So you had one pullback and a retest, consolidation, breakup, and a retest of the all-time high, a pullback, and it got bought up. Our final one was really, really, really quick, right? So we came down, we immediately got shot back up. All right, this was, let's see here, the 21st, the 21st. All right. And of course, we know what has been happening in futures. Futures generally are bullish, though. Futures generally are bullish. I see my YouTube spinning, so just throw a comment if you can't hear me very well, or if the video is a little choppy. If things are good, throw in a comment as well. Just let me know. Just let me know that you guys can hear me. I do all my videos live. I don't record anything ahead of time, and sometimes that gives me a little bit of a disadvantage. All right. So at any rate, what we've got, we've got a clear impulse. I mean, we're moving higher, obviously. All right. And with that, we have to figure out how high we're going to go because we are now in uncharted territory, right? I mean, this gives a perfect meaning to the word uncharted because we've got nothing to the upside that tells us where we're going to go. The only thing that we have is Fibonacci. That's really the only thing that we've got that's going to give us any kind of an indication of where things are going to go. Yeah, obviously I've got a target pretty far down here, right? So don't let that blind you right now because we're still working on this move up, right? And how high do we go? Well, for a while I've been talking about us going all the way up to about 3,800. All right, 3775 is one of our extended targets. Now, how am I getting that 3775 upside target? Well, all I did is I took Fibonacci from the top at 33.9750 down to the bottom at 21.7125, and I've got my 1.236 extension, so 123.6% extension to the upside. That's got me at 37.75. All right. Now we've talked about this before. All right. So this should not be a surprise to any of you guys. Should not be a surprise. Okay. So with that target to the upside, the other thing that I've got measured here, and let me just remove this guy for right now. I'm going to remove him. All right. Um, the other thing that I've got is a measurement of this first A wave. A and then ABC, right? So I'm measuring the length of the A projected from the end of the B wave. Well, I've got my 618, which we've already passed. The next target's going to be 100%. 100% happens to be sitting there at 37.65. Okay, that's about $10 short of our 123.6% extension. So give it some time, right? It's not going to happen today, obviously. We've been grinding very, very slowly. And if we continue moving in this channel, which we have been, right? If we continue just grinding slowly, moving up ever so slowly, we're going to hit that target. I mean, it looks to me like it's going to happen at the end of September. So what that means, we have like a good month of just steady grinding to the upside. Now, whatever happens from there, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I'm not going to be so quick to say this sucker's going down to 2,000. I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that once we do get up here, I will start to be cautious. Um, so just be careful. Be careful here. I'm not going to work on my count right now. I'm going to work on that a little later. What I really wanted to focus on is the traps that we have had, right? Here near all-time high. Obviously, we are above all-time high now, right? We are creating new highs. We haven't created any new highs on SPY officially because it's still pre-session here. But you know, on our attempts and then a pullback, right? Here's our first trap, another little pullback, a second trap. This one right here is what would have gotten a lot of people because it took out this low, right? So we came down here, another trap, and then that happened, and then we go up. All right, so here we are. Here we are. We're at 34.21.25. On SPY, we should open up about 342. 342 be a nice open for SPY. That would be pretty crazy. Let's just take a look at that. I want to see what that looks like on the chart. If we open at the 342, look at that. Pre-market 342.15. Look at that gap. Look at that gap. Now, let's talk about gaps just for 10 seconds. We've got one gap, two gaps, right? If I go down to the hourly, I guess it's going to take a little more than 10 seconds. Look at this huge gap here, right? This is where we had the A, B, C chop in futures. And then look at that big gap we have not returned. This gap right here, it almost got filled, but not quite, right? We've got this gap right here, not filled. This gap, not filled. Are they going to fill? Heck, look at this one. This one's huge, right? Here's a big sell-off in futures, which caused us to open lower. This was a trap if I've never seen one. This is a huge trap for us. So, you know, there's a lot of gaps down below, and will they fill? Yeah, eventually they will. I know it's pretty pessimistic, but yeah, they are going to fill eventually. I just am not going to say that it's going to happen anytime soon. I would give this months to work out. All right. Well, I have a real strange feeling that my video stream is not working, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If this video did work and it did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and wherever you're on the world, I hope